This is the extent, and this is for the international community, where we have come 1 year later. I'm in the cemetery here at Marshaba, and it shows you what we are as a country, what we are as a people, that this is being allowed. And this one is for Evergreen Funeral Home and Denley Mackey Penn, that want to represent Abaco and left a corpse in a casket on earth for 1 year. 1 year in somebody else's grave. This is the person that want to represent and dare speak about Kai Mills. See if I can show you. This is the casket right here that I'm talking about. 1 year later, it's right there unsealed in an open grave right here at the Marshaba Cemetery. 1 year later. Anybody could see that. I want to make sure that the world could see it. And they say they're ready to represent Abaco. After Hurricane Dorian, that casket was here along with other casket. The other family members, it was a white casket here, and other members came and buried their loved ones. This right here, along with other graves, the casket just disappeared out of them after Hurricane Dorian. But here is a lady, my story is very short. Here is a lady that owned and managed a funeral home and refused to come to properly bury this person and have him sitting in the Smith's grave some 1 year later, after she promised that she would do it within the month of September, but it's still here 1 year later. That is what I call good representation. This is a short one, but it's a sweet one, and it's a reminder of Darren Henfield. She was here the other day burying my friend in the same graveyard, but she looked at that casket, they looked at it, and left it 1 year later. 1 year later, after Hurricane Dorian, that young man, I know it's a man, it's a young male that's in the casket. The government of the Bahamas has dropped the ball, but more important, that Denley Penn Mackey put the casket on top of the Smith's grave. 1 year later, still there. And she with Frankie Penn, Frankie, Florida, giving him a $20 gas voucher. But what she didn't remember, that the people that need the gas voucher mostly is the people that are furthest away. I wonder if Frankie, Florida, give anybody from Crown Haven, Foxtown, in the area that she say is her birthplace. Did anybody from Crown Haven, and I know they could use the $20 gas voucher because they have to come all the way up in the Marshaba to shop, to go to work. Did Frankie, Florida, give anybody from deep north in Denley's Penn hometown of Crown Haven any of those $20 voucher? 1 year later, an international disgrace that this body is still in this casket on earth, and a funeral director, a funeral owner by the name of Denley Penn Mackey have refused to bury this man properly how she promised a year ago. It's only because there's no money in it. If there was money in it, like the removal of the bodies after Hurricane Dorian, like to bury the bodies, she got $47,000 for removing the bodies, how much she care. Nobody else got paid but her. And then she gave the government a bill of $400,000 when all the other funeral homes together beat her price of $350,000. But she was greedy then, greedy now. She wanted all or nothing. Then she decided that she is a PLP because the F&M didn't give her all of the bodies to be buried on these Kai case. I'm here. She's in Nassau. We have to pass this grave every day. 1 year later, where is she? Campaign on that. That should be enough to open the people of Abaco eyes and to know that they don't care. They want to use Abaconians as a stepping stone to fulfill their own political desire. There is an example of it right now. His name is Darren Henfield, an international disgrace that he haven't addressed his people 1 year after a deadly hurricane. Nor have he given us the names of the dead, nor did they bury them in a timely fashion. It took them 9 months to bury our dead. And to date, they don't care how many dead, they don't care to give you the names, because they've used Abaco as a stepping stone to fulfill his own political desire. His legacy will be just like his representation. His legacy will be nothing. His member of parliamentship is nothing. Because if you don't speak to a people, how could you speak for a people 1 year later? That's why I say Kai cares. I'm bringing the story to you. You may not believe it, but you saw the casket. I'm in the grave, bringing you the story. Live with Kai on WCAY.